So I already have a recipe for a keto Oreo, and that recipe came in about 2019 when we didn't have all the options, so I decided to make a Lunchable, which led me to create two of my favorite recipes, my cracker and my Oreo. But I was never truly successful making an Oreo cakester, and it has taken months to get this recipe perfected. So let's not waste any more time. Let me show you how I made this delicious sugar-free Oreo cakester. So the ingredients needed for this recipe are almond flour, erythritol, egg white powder, allulose, and cocoa powder. We'll go ahead and start with our cocoa powder. We're going to need 1/4 cup cocoa powder. And guys, it's pretty important to put this on the base. If you put this on the base, you're going to stop a lot of the cloud that comes up when you go to mix this. Next, you'll add 1/2 cup allulose, 3 tablespoons erythritol, 2 tablespoons egg white powder, and last 2 tablespoons coconut flour. Now go ahead, take your mixer and get this mixed up at low speed. Now you may have noticed I forgot my almond flour, so let me go ahead and add 1 cup almond flour. And make sure to do like Wes from Highfalutin Low Carb says, sift it. And guys, there's no need for an expensive sifter. This comes from Dollar Tree for $1.25, and it works just fine. Let's go ahead and try that again in low speed. You want to make sure you get this well mixed, guys. It definitely needs to be well mixed now. You do not want to wait till later in the process for this. Now that this is good and mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a larger bowl. I'm going to get this one washed and I'll be right back. Now for this next step, we're going to need to get out our scale. We'll go ahead and get it tared out. Now that it's zeroed, we want to add 230 grams heavy whipping cream. And guys, always remember to shake your whipped cream a bit before you pour it. Now that we've got this measured out, let's go ahead and get it mixed up. You want to start out slow until the heavy whipping cream begins to thicken up. Then you can speed it up. Once you've got it whipped up well, like this, you want to add half of the mixture to the dry ingredients bowl. Set this to the side. And we're going to slowly mix this up. Just basically lightly fold this over and press it in. You want to do this until you can't see much white streaks like this anymore. Now that that's pretty mixed, you want to take half of what's left in the bowl and mix it in. Folding it over again like we did before on itself. So we want to go ahead and continue to mix this up until almost all of the crumbs that you see down here are mixed in. This is where you want it. Now add your final whipped cream. And guys, make sure to get all of this good stuff off the inside of this bowl. Now with this one, you're just kind of trying to put whipped cream in between all of this. So you can kind of cut across it. See down here? There was a lot that was not mixed in yet. Go ahead and get that mixed up. Still, be gentle with this. You want some of that whipped cream left, but look at this base. We want to make sure we don't have any of this. Now once you've reached a dough ball like this that kind of looks like some Rocky Road ice cream, you're in business, because this is where we need to be. We'll go ahead and lay down our parchment paper. And if you notice, I use pre-cut parchment paper. I will never go back to roll parchment paper. I waste too much, and this is just well worth the little bit more you pay for. Now I'm going to be using a small scooper, but you can use a large scooper if you would like. Go ahead and gently come across the edge and then simply put a dollop on your tray. I'm going to go ahead and get these done and I'll be right back. Now you want to go ahead and take a second sheet of parchment paper and place it over these. I'm going to take the bottom of a jar and basically press these down. You're going to go ahead and press them down into about the size of a cakester. And you want to keep this going down and toward the front. You don't want a whole bunch of wrinkling going on. So kind of come in at a 45 like this and then just let it press down. A 45 like this and then let the weight press it down. You don't want to over press them. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up. Now that we got these out of the oven, so as you see, it actually peels right up. And there you go. Now guys, this is optional, but I like to take whatever size I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these cleaned up and we'll be back. Now one trick you can use for this is basically just to press this down. While it's still warm, spin it, push it around, and then knock all of these off. And then simply push your finger back through it, drop it down. You have a perfect round top of a cakester. Add 1/4 cup heavy whipping cream to a bowl. Go ahead and get that mixed up. Once you've got that mixed up good like this, you're going to add 1½ tablespoons confectioner's swerve. Now you can add more or less depending on your taste. Then we'll add 1 tablespoon egg white protein powder. We'll go ahead and get this mixed up. Give it a quick taste. Add any sugar if you feel it needs it. Now if you'd like, you can also add vanilla or amaretto to this. I just don't like to for this recipe. But what I like to do with something like this is fold over my edge on a Ziploc baggie and then just place it down just like that. I'll go ahead and get this transferred into my piping bag. Go ahead and place one side of your cookie down. Now you can use a tip if you would like. I have no need to use one for this recipe. Squeeze out and push around, stopping in the center so your high point is in the center as it squeezes out when you go to push these down. Then we'll get these wrapped up. Simply place the top on, push it down, and now look at that, guys. An Oreo cakester. Thanks so much for watching. Click that like, share this video, comment below, and as always, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.